The Czech L-39 Albatross is in an extremely unique position, being a 6.7 premium jet, but is it actually worth the price tag? And that can be a little murky because you do need a lot of skill to operate this vehicle effectively. The L-39 has a top speed of 760 kilometers per hour at 6,500 meters in altitude. For those who use miles, it's 472 miles per hour. And on this graph, the L-39 is the blue line, and it's one of the slowest, if not the slowest jet at 6.7. And don't even get me started on its acceleration, 1 out of 10. As for its agility, it is kind of in the same boat because this vehicle is not meant to be dogfighting. Again, the L-39 is the blue line, and the only one it really beat when I did these simulations was the F-84, and that thing is a brick. The only time the L-39 kind of excelled at dogfights was at very low speeds because a lot of the other early jets compress very easily and lose a lot of their maneuverability. So it's gonna get a 3 out of 10, but most fights usually don't last that long. Moving on to offense, your main offensive armament is going to be the 23mm Gish 23L. It comes with 150 rounds, which is not near enough. Additionally, you can carry 4 7.62s if you wish to do so, and you'll get 6,000 rounds, although it's kind of like a coughing baby. So in summary, for the offense, the Gish is really good, but it's kind of bad because you have no ammo, and you have a bunch of ammo for the 7.62s, but they just don't do any damage, so it's going to get a 5 out of 10. Since the Albatross is a 6.7, defense doesn't really matter, so it's just going to be eliminated. Now moving over to the close air support, this is where the L-39 kind of shines a bit. You can carry a maximum of 32 S5K rockets, which hit kind of hard, although they can be unpredictable. And then you can carry a mismatch of 100, 250, and 500 kg bombs, and of course you get drag and normal variations. Now with this vehicle, you definitely don't carry the most, nor do you carry the best munitions, although you do get a good mix, and the S5K rockets are actually quite good. But yet, when you're playing this thing, it doesn't really stand out from the other CAS options. There's nothing that makes it special. So I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 for CAS. As for features, you do have 2 pilots, and I guess you could kind of count the Gish cannon being this low as a feature because it is quite good at 6.7, even though it's not really good at higher BRs. So for its features, it's gonna get a 7 out of 10. Moving over to durability, this vehicle is quite squishy for a strike aircraft. While having 2 pilots is amazing, its engine block is extremely large, so it tends to get domed quite easily. And your wingtips have a really bad habit of falling off whenever they feel like getting hit by a 7.62, and a majority of your maneuverability comes from your tail, so any damage to your tail is going to absolutely ruin the flight performance. That being said, if they don't hit any of the areas that I just mentioned, you can tank a few rounds. 4 out of 10. As for the difficulty of the L-39, this vehicle is quite hard to play. You don't have any type of computers to help you with your CAS. Your maneuverability and speed are extremely bad. You have very limited ammo on the Gish. Your 7.62s hit like wet spaghetti noodles. The armament tends to weigh down your vehicle extremely hard. And just in the grand scheme of things, the L-39 is just not a very good vehicle. So with 1 being the hardest difficulty rating I can give, I'm going to give the L-39 a 1 out of 10. As for the fun value of the L-39, this vehicle is an extreme challenge and definitely not the most fun vehicle there is. It was kind of fun for me because I do like a challenge and I do like rockets, but for an average player, the L-39 is going to be pain and suffering. So for the fun value, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. As for the worth value of the L-39, it's not very good and it's not very fun. That being said, it is still a kind of decent option for CAS at 6.7 Russia, and it is a rank 5 premium, so it will get you through the early jets. But there are still way better options in the Russian tech tree. So since skill isn't really included in the premium packs, I would only recommend this vehicle for highly experienced players. 2 out of 10, which gives it an overall score of 32 out of 90, and when standardized, it becomes 36 out of 100, which surprisingly isn't the worst vehicle I have rated.